18th player in history to hit 200 threes in the playoffs. Have you had a chance to reflect on that?
I haven't given it one thought. I didn't even know that.
If you get a lead like you have in the last 3 games anyway, and maintain it.
Yeah, coming out of halftime, we just haven't been very good. I think the first half we've done a good job of, especially on the defensive end. I think we've been really solid. We've had double-digit leads going into the third quarter, but we've come out flat each time. And we came out once just trying to get more shots up. Everyone went out early. The next time we tried layup lines. We're trying to figure out what to do, but I think really just we got to be more aggressive. Mentally we're missing our edge for some reason in those first few minutes, and they really get it going. It doesn't take a lot for the momentum to switch, and they come out and they played really well in the third quarter, and we haven't.
Jose said that he felt like maybe they were overfeeding you early in Game 4, trying to just get you sprung. Does it feel that way sometimes? Like you just literally got to see one go down, and then things start to work out?
No, I don't ever feel like I'm guaranteed a certain number of shots in a game. I've never felt that in my whole life. I've always tried to kind of read the game. There's always this, for me, trying to be aggressive but trying not to force things. Because I don't get the ball and feel out a couple pick and roll. That's just never been how I play. And I think in the last game I tried to come out really aggressive, and I was just rushing a little bit. I got a couple good looks. I got a couple shots that probably could have pump faked, and there would have been something better there. But I was just trying to get one, and so it's just some of the mental battles that I tend to fight a lot over the course of my career. But you just try to stay with it, and you got to keep on trusting that there's going to be another one, and I just need to see one go down.
What kind of talk are you having with yourself then when 4 or 5 of those things don't drop? Like, how do you overcome that mental hurdle?
Yeah, sometimes you do better than others. But you try to tell yourself just to to breathe and to not to I don't get to wait for a wide open one. It usually doesn't happen, but you try to get a good one that I practice and one that I've worked on for a long time. You always got to be ready because you never know when that one's going to come. And so I think the biggest thing is to stay positive. Just in my own experiences, I try to treat each shot as its own shot. I'm not going to, because I made 3, I'm going to fire up a bad one, or if I've missed 3, I'm going to, you know what I mean? Like, those are the games I try to stay away from, whether it's going good or bad. Sometimes I can overthink it probably. It's just, what's going on in my mind, so I don't know all the time. There's always something new.
How long, Kyle, did it take to develop that mentality that, if you did miss a couple, hey, it's going to come. Early, you might say, forget it, I'm not shooting.
Yeah. But, it's just over time. Yeah, I think you develop confidence in who you are, as a person and as a basketball player. Allen Iverson told me a long time ago, shooters shoot the ball. Shooters shoot the ball. So I always try to be ready, and no matter, like I said, I try. If I haven't made a few, I'm not the guy that's going to go try to force up 3 more to try to get my points. I've never thought that was good basketball, but I do want to try to be aggressive, and it's a fine line for me sometimes.
Can you still hear him saying that?
Yeah, not in the game usually.
Well, I mean,
But
sometimes you like
but
a voice like his.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I still hear it sometimes. He said, he didn't say it to me in practice. No, I think it was after a game. Did
Jose said the other night too that he was almost like rooting for you to make the first one. Can you almost feel that when you're out there with the guys?
I think just in general for our team, just hitting threes is a big part of our identity and really gets us going. I think no matter if it's me or anybody. I think JR hits a couple, and we all get fired up. I think Kev hits a couple. It's just a big part of who we are, and a lot of times, if someone is getting hot, it kind of has a snowball effect on the other players as well. So I definitely feel like guys are pulling for me and waiting for me to hit one.
The other day you said you wanted to play hard. Do you feel like you're reaching that level of aggression that you wanted to reach?
I'm playing as hard as I can. I feel like I've been as streaky as you can be on the offensive end. I've been all or nothing, it feels like, in this series. So I need to be better at that, but I don't think it's because of a lack of effort. I think I'm trying to give my all.
These hard blitzes, and traps you guys are running at Oladipo, do you guys implement that defense on anybody else that hard? And if so, who?
Yeah, the blitz has been part of one of our defensive coverages, throughout the season. I think. It
just seems a little more intense. You know what I mean?
I think no, probably. I think last year in the playoffs we did the same thing with different players. So we tried to blitz them really hard, and it feels like in the playoffs, as we have more time to talk about everything and watch film and kind of lock into a team, our blitz coverages and our rotations usually it's not the blitz part, it's getting out of the blitz and the rotations that in the regular season we aren't quite as good at.
And if the three isn't falling, do you guys feel like you found a way you can beat Indiana even if the long ball isn't going down with regularity?
Well, I don't feel like we've played that well offensively at this series. It hasn't. We've had I think Braun's been great pretty much the whole series, obviously, and the rest of us have all we haven't quite had everybody going yet. So obviously you can shoot the ball worse than we have, but I think we can shoot the ball a lot better across the board. So I don't think we're giving a whole lot of thought to what happens if we shoot worse than what we've done, because I don't think we haven't really hit our stride shooting the ball as a team yet. I'm kind of feeling out a lot of things in these playoffs.
You said it that way about LeBron versus everybody else. Do you think it was important for him to see you guys do what you did in Game 4? I mean, you had a big night. The guys in the first half off the bench played really well. Do you think that helps him, lift him a little bit?
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it helps. Look, we try to put the best player in position to be the best player in the world. That's how we play. And so there's a lot on his shoulders. But this is a team sport, and you got to have everybody playing well, and you got to have everybody executing. And when we have our opportunities, we got to take advantage of them. And so I think it was good on a lot of fronts, just to have a bunch of guys play well. But I still think there's a lot more, and a lot of that is, we have to, I don't want to dive too deep into it because I don't want to make it that big of a thing. We don't need to overthink this stuff. We just got to go out there and play basketball, and we all know the narrative around us is what it is. It's Braun, and we're all trying to make it work for him. But yeah, but I don't know. I don't want to make too much of it because we don't need to overthink that. We go out there and play basketball, and we know who we are, we know how we play, and we know how our offense works, and we know how it doesn't work. And so we got to go out there and just play hard, and if you get shots, try to knock them down.
Last question.
I mentioned that you went with a lineup that was more familiar, more known to him. When you guys are out there, where do you think that familiarity shows up the most?
Probably in the trust factor that you were just talking about. I think, when you've been through, experiences in life, you've been through tough games, whatever it is, it gives you a comfort level with people you've kind of done it with before. And I think, so it's just a trust thing. Anything else, and knowing that guys have been in some different situations. Several guys here have been 3 finals in a row. You want to lean on that in certain moments, and this is one of those moments.
Do you feel that as players, you're out there with LeBron and JR and guys like that?
And that's not a knock on anything. It's just that on anybody. It's just that when you've been through something, at a high level, there's experience there, and there's something to draw from.
I just wonder what you thought of JR's 61 before you made any.
Good the whole way. You knew that thing was in the whole way. And JR, he is the one guy, man. He is a better, like, the harder the shot, the better his percentage. You leave him wide open, it might hit the backboard. But if he's got 3 guys in his face from 61 feet, that thing's going in. He's amazing. He's amazing.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
The Cavs are ready to do whatever it takes to bring an NBA championship back to the land. Be a part of the playoffs action. Go to Cavs.com/tickets now to get in the game.